EA Sports. It's in the game.
Hello and welcome to the Retro FIFA series, this time 2002 FIFA World Cup. Released in April 2002 for Windows, PlayStation, PlayStation 2 and GameCube, it was also the first FIFA game to be released on Xbox. The game featured an entirely original soundtrack, just as you heard in the intro, recorded live by the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra, who feature in a bonus video on the disc showing a kind of making of the intro. There's a fair bit of bonus content available here, something rarely seen in FIFA games. Other videos in there include some short pieces talking to fans about the beautiful game, an interview with John Motson, which is not nearly as fun as I initially thought it would be, even though he does have a pop at Valderrama.
One of the funniest questions I ever get asked about covering the World Cup as a commentator is, who is the player with the worst haircut you ever saw? And believe it or not, I can answer it, and you'll all know him. The Colombian Valderrama. Do you remember the big ginger locks and the curly hair and the dreadlocks and all the rest of it? I don't know how to describe it really, it was that bad, but you'll know what I mean. Yes, for me he was a great player and a great character, but Valderrama of Colombia gets my vote as the player with the worst haircut in World Cup history.
But the most bizarre is this. You may have spotted these guys and wondered what the hell they were. They were the mascots for the 2002 World Cup, the Spherics. Well, someone, I have no idea who it was, created a cartoon featuring them and it somehow made its way into the bonus content in the game. I'm not joking. I haven't watched it all because I stopped smoking weed a long time ago, but on the surface, this looks like serious stoner fodder.
Wow, and double wow, Captain Thunderbolt! A joker! Then it was the cackling clown who stole the nuclear missile. Look! There he is! If that thing detonates, it's adios muchachos.
Most of the options will be familiar from FIFA 2002, except the stadiums, obviously, which are all based in the host countries. Same goes for the team management options, which haven't really seen a change. There's only two modes, Kickoff and World Cup itself, which all sounds negative and makes it sound like a shameless reskin, but I assure you, it's more than that. I bloody love this game. There's 41 teams, the 32 that actually qualified for the 2002 World Cup, plus another 9, and I like the touch of adding some stats to each team as you view them, like the best results, qualification date and FIFA ranking, something we'd see return in later games. The teams aren't all fully licensed from a kit point of view, which is weird as you'd think that was covered by the overarching World Cup license, but it's apparently not. The biggest licensing issue from 2002 FIFA World Cup though is far and away the fact that EA was sued by German goalkeeper Oliver Kahn for using his likeness without permission. Apparently EA had obtained licenses from FIFPro and from the Bundesliga, but Kahn is not a member of either organisation, so he sued, won and was compensated. Plus, the game was forcibly withdrawn from sale in Germany. It sounds really dramatic, but seeing as this didn't actually happen until 2003, it's unlikely the game's sales were hurt too much, seeing as FIFA 2003 would have already been released by then. Plus, the World Cup was long finished. John Motson was once more joined by Andy Gray to provide commentary, and with less players to get into the game, we saw an improvement with player likenesses. There's a reasonable set of camera angles that all help highlight the work that's gone into the trimmings around the pitch in 2002 FIFA World Cup, but we'll come back to that. In terms of actual gameplay, you'd probably be hard pushed to finger any huge differences between 2002 FIFA World Cup and FIFA 2002, something you'd never be able to get away with now, but a personal highlight was the brilliant 1-2 system from FIFA 2002 returning for another outing, as did the FIFA assistant that once more gave a visual indication of player runs on the pitch and stuff like that. Keepers do seem to suffer from a slight weakness with parrying, but other than that, it's still every bit as enjoyable as FIFA 2002 is. The built-in assistant is also supposed to give you a hand during matches, pointing out players affected by the fatigue system and substitutions and stuff like that, but I didn't really see too much of that. And there's also star players marked with a star above their head that excel in one particular area, be that passing or shooting or pace. They also get a little blur on those actions when they perform them. So without being able to really drill into the mechanics again, because we covered that in FIFA 2002, the big conversation point here really is the aesthetics and how lovely it looks and what they've done to make it feel like the World Cup. Check out this laser light show before my opening group game as Brazil. Absolutely awesome. EA really didn't hold back on the presentation, not even a little bit. Giant inflatable mascots in the corner and other mascots around the edges, flags across the crowds, toilet paper pouring out of the crowds. It all comes together really, really well and serves as a reminder that generally speaking, EA absolutely nailed the presentation of the World Cup.
Vieira lets the ball go.
France won their first ever FIFA World Cup final in 1998 when they defeated Brazil 3-0.
That's correct. Couldn't hold on to it.
That extends as far as things like the celebrations, which seem a little bit over the top at first, but hey, it is the World Cup, and with it being the World Cup, those little bits of dressing are important, as is a good payoff for making your way through to the end.
Oh, there's so much excitement all around me here. The crowd are rising to the new FIFA World Cup champions, who've come through so many difficult matches in this last month that now they can really start to celebrate. There's the cup. They all want a piece of that. The fans loving every second of this. This has sent the crowd into raptures. I hope the local pubs and bars are well stocked. This is going to be a big party. Look at the players trying to soak up the atmosphere. They'll remember this day for the rest of their lives. This photo will have its place in history, featuring all these legends. They've earned the title Legends after winning this cup. Oh yes, memories are made of this. These are wonderful moments for the players. People talk about the big wages in the game, but this is the ultimate for the players.